This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Is my perspective. So what are we talking about? It's a harsh reality. Black women will never care about black men. These hyenas don't care about y'all. And I know it's a harsh reality. I know that it seems a little bit like, man, wow. They really don't. No, they really don't. I don't care what kind of front they put up about loving you or liking you or wanting you. All you got to do is look at the actions. All you got to do sometimes is look at the inaction that they take when they call themselves in relationship with you or wanting to be in relationships with you. No matter how long or short the relationships are, a hyena always show her back feet. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show a clip using Poor Man's Podcast. Shout out to the brother. I hope he doesn't mind. I'm using a clip of one of his videos, a clip he used to illustrate this point. And this clip seems like this was like a UK show of some sort, judging by the accent. But the mentality and the mindset is the same. So I'm going to share the clip. I'm going to share about a minute of it. I may fast forward later on in this video to show you what I'm talking about, but we're going to start out right here. So let me go ahead. Let me share my screen really quickly so you guys can see it. And here we go.
Money if you have to spend it. Women are encouraged, make money, don't spend your spending. So men are put under more pressure. Men are put under I'm fighting for my brothers today. Men are put under more pressure to get money to give women.
I've heard you. Out of the two genders, who's more vulnerable?
Depends what you're talking about.
No, in general.
Men, we die more.
In general,
men, we die more.
Emotionally, who is more vulnerable?
Men, we commit suicide more.
Who gives more?
They're not ready. Men.
I don't give up. Women give more in relationships. Women give more in relationships. You know they do.
How is your friend?
Than a man in a relationship. Women love harder. They tend, on average, I'm not saying every single relationship.
It depends what you're talking about.
Women get the heart broken more. So the reason, it is not okay. It is not okay.
Who told you women get heartbroken more?
It is not okay. 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 It's not okay to teach the young girls. It is not okay.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen for a moment. And we're going to talk about what we just saw. We're going to talk about it. She tried to play the supreme victim card about who's more vulnerable and who's this and that. And the brother was just coming back like, men, we're vulnerable because we die more. Well, emotionally, because he tried to say, well, in what way vulnerable? It doesn't matter in general. Okay, men, because we die. He said we die more, which is true. They die younger, right? And when she said emotionally, he said men because we delete ourselves more. So that would indicate an emotional issue. Women don't delete themselves to that degree. As a matter of fact, Black women do not delete themselves as a matter of course to such an extent that when they do, we think it's suspicious that somebody actually might have did it to them. Because we don't hear about a lot of Black women just deleting, just canceling their subscription to Life. Not to say it doesn't happen, but that's not something that we consistently hear about. But we hear about Black men, and then we like to cover it up because Black women don't care whether or not Black men delete themselves or the reasons why, or anything like that. They have no care for that, right? So even though this is a UK program, we can understand that the mentality and the mindset that's spewing out of this woman's mouth is the same mindset of an American hyena. She just a hyena with an accent, but she still got that same destructive mindset. Then she wanted to talk about when men give more, women give more of what? Women like to say that women give more in relationships. Give more of what in relationships? I want somebody to answer that question. Answer this question for me. Answer this question for me. Give more of what in a relationship? More problems? You give more trouble? You give more chaos? Like, you give problems. That's what you give more of, because you certainly don't, by and large, give men what men say they value and want and love and need from women in relationships. You don't give that. As a matter of fact, Black women make it a badge of honor not to give men anything that they want in relationships, specifically Black men. And they pride themselves on that position. I don't need you. I don't have to do this. You don't, basically, Black women don't acknowledge that Black men have any needs in a relationship other than her being around in whatever condition she's around. It doesn't even matter what kind of condition she in, or what kind of woman she is, or what she brings or doesn't bring. This is why the question of what you bring to the table is so triggering to a hyena, because you're not intended on bringing nothing to the table. And the reason that you're not intended on bringing nothing to the table is because in your mind, it doesn't matter what you bring to the table, because you're not there to bring men anything that they want. And that's the actual truth of that. That's the true answer. We don't bring nothing to the table, because why should we bring anything to the table? You don't need nothing. It ain't nothing for you to get. Whatever I bring to the table is for me anyway. Nothing for you. So that's the actual reality of that. Because you certainly don't give men support that they need. You don't give them the love that they need. They got to pay you for the femininity, and that's on a case-by-case, day-by-day basis. That's on a limited basis. They got to pay you to be nice. They got to pay you to be pleasant. They got to pay you to have a good disposition with them that day. So what do you give men other than stress and a hard time? I don't see nothing. That's why they don't see anything. They don't see the value you bring, because you don't bring nothing. We give more. I'm trying to figure that out. You love harder. You being obsessive doesn't mean you love harder. Checking his phone because you a control freak and a narc doesn't mean that you love him more, or you're loving harder. It just means that you're obsessed and a control freak, and you need to see somebody about that. That's what that means. That's all that has ever indicated. That you have a insecurity problem. You got a mental problem. That's not love. That's obsession and control. That is not, there is no part of that love. You arguing with him because you think that he might be talking to another chick. Insecurity. And y'all like to confuse being insecure with loving somebody. No, you're just insecure. Women get their heart broken more in relationships. You just whine about it more. You just cry and whine about how men have broken your heart. And I'll be trying to figure out what heart, because you put your heart into it. This was your heart. The stuff you do in relationship come out of your heart. Girl, if you don't knock it off, that's why don't nobody want it. Because it actually do come from your heart. That hard time come right from your heart. We know. But I doubt it's getting broken. You just get your ego crushed. That's what happens to y'all. Y'all get y'all egos crushed. When he finally decide he don't want nothing to do with you, now your ego is damaged. That's all. And you cry and whine about that. Because men's hearts break. But in our culture, if you can call it that, Black men are not encouraged to say that Their heart got broke by a woman. You clown a man who said that a woman at some point in time broke his heart. That he was so invested emotionally in the relationship that she was able to break his heart. So you clown him for that. And then when he approached relationships without his heart, then you get mad at that. You don't love, you're not emotionally available, because when he become emotionally available, you step on it. So that's men's way of protecting it. I'm just going to be emotionally detached. And I'm going to have sex with you and I'll be nice to you and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to put my heart into it. And then you just want access to men's heart so you can break them. So you can try to control men through their emotions. That's really what it is. You want men to become emotionally available to you so that you can manipulate him via his emotional attachment to you. You don't actually look to reciprocate that. Let's call a thing a thing. That's why men nowadays say women aren't capable of love, because hyenas aren't capable of love. Y'all don't love nobody. I don't even think y'all love yourself, because if you did, you try to heal and you try to make yourself better, but you don't. So I doubt that you love yourself. You just preserve yourself. I don't think that that's love. I think that that's a basic biological function of any multicellular organism. Because if you loved yourself, you would love what come from you. And if you loved yourself, you would love what you come from. See, y'all think y'all come from y'all mama, but you really come from your daddy. Because your mama didn't have nothing but a waiting room for you to incubate in for 9 months. Your daddy had the spark of life. So I came from my mama. You came from your daddy, what you did. And you don't even like him. So I doubt you like yourself. I doubt you love yourself. I doubt that very highly. The way y'all conduct yourself, you cannot possibly collectively love yourselves. Okay? So men do get their heart broke, but we clown them for saying so. They're not encouraged to tell women how much they love them, because in a hyena's eyes, when a man said he love you, a hyena think, got him. Now he's open. Now I can manipulate him emotionally to do the things that I want him to do. And if you love me, and all this kind of emotional manipulative talk that you do. That's how you get black men killed. That's how you get them in trouble. That's how you get them in jail, because you manipulate it. Once you realize that he is emotionally attached, then you start really destroying him with that. He become a mark to you. He doesn't become a man that you want to reciprocate that love to. He becomes a simp and a mark, somebody you can take advantage of because he has feelings, because you don't have the feelings. So you wait on him to make the emotional connection in a relationship, instead of you making the emotional connection, because you don't have an emotional connection to make, because y'all are always single in y'all relationships, aren't you? See, the stuff I say is all linked together. I don't say things haphazardly. You're single in your relationship. That's why you don't care about what he go through in it. That's why it's so easy for you to pick up and leave the moment that there is a little bit of trouble ahead. You are not trying to deal with it because you're not invested in this. Why should you deal with it? Why should you give him support in a hard time? Why should you, if he's having a hard issue, see, all his problems is his. Y'all don't feel like it's y'all responsibility in a relationship to be of any emotional or spiritual support for your partner. You don't feel that way. So any trouble or concern or problem or issue that he's facing, he on his own. And as soon as it become apparent that he is facing problems, that he's actually having issues and things of that nature, you cut out of there. You're out of there. And on your way out, you're going to emasculate him and call him all kind of weak simps. You know what I'm saying? He weak. He need to man up. You know, this, that, and the third. You're going to say all kinds of stuff about him. So we know it to be true. The internet gave you access to tell on yourselves. Stop getting mad that we see it. Anyway, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. And do not forget to check my community tab to sign a petition for holding Black Lives Matter organization responsible for their misappropriation of funds. You can check my community tab and hit that link to sign the petition and also to share. All right. So once again, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I am your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.